Please welcome Cameron Logan, tonight's honorary bat boy, who's presenting tonight's honorary card. Here's tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Elmira Pioneers. Leading off the center fielder, number 1, Matt Granada. Batting second, the first baseman, number 77, Joe Muzia. Batting third, catcher, number 10, John Schroeder. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 9, Aiden Blake. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 47, Ray Hernandez. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 8, Cooper Smith. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 2, John Presto. Batting eighth, the extra hitter, number 16, Christian Zilli. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 24, Eric Charnetsky. Batting 10th, the left fielder, number 30, Kim Levesque. And on the mound for the visiting Elmira Pioneer, number 27, Connor Lutz.
right, Anthony, I'm here, and I'm ready to start the broadcast. Thanks, bud.
That wonderful study done. The following program is a special presentation brought to you in part by Schultz Auto Group, Chautauqua Institution, the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It's also being brought to you as a public service of the Reg LeMay Center for the Arts and WRSA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown. It's time once again for Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRSA. That's going to left field. That's deep and very close to the salami. That's just drive-in 2-run, and Henry Jewett give him some juju bees with that 2 RBI double, making it 4-0 Jamestown. Next one is going to get hit to left. That's going to drop. Base hit. And oh, it got misplayed there by Quinlan. 1-run score. 2-run score. That's 2 more RBIs with Johnson. Give him 4 on the night. 13-6. 6 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Mr. Lowe, Johnson tries to home, and he's safe! He's safe! Brandon Johnson with a steal home! Oh my God! My goodness! My God, I love this job! The Skunks come all the way back to 3 down! Johnson with a good steal home! Oh, 4! Skunks win 3 in a row! Johnson pulling the Willie Mays Hayes right there. And now let's send you down to Russell E. Diethrick Park, where our broadcast team is standing by.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. I'm Jason Sample. Today's game features your Jamestown Tarp Skunks hosting the Elmira Pioneers. A reminder, support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball is brought to you through support from the Schultz Auto Group, the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, Chautauqua Institution, and Reg LeMay Center for the Arts. Funding is also provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Today's game is being broadcast on WRFA 107.9 FM and streaming on WRFALP.com, with the broadcast also available on the Tarp Skunks YouTube channel. Once again, happy 4th of July, everybody out there. Jason Sample hanging out with you at Diethrick Park today to bring you the broadcast of today's game featuring the Skunks and the visiting Elmira Pioneers. We've got ourselves a matinee game today, and if it's anything like the past few times these teams have played each other, we should be in for a heck of a ball game. Actually, the last time these two teams played was last Friday, June 30th, when Elmira came into Jamestown to take a win over the Tarp Skunks with a score of 2-1. Jamestown loss. Of course, the last time Elmira came to town, the score was 1-0 with a Jamestown victory. So these teams always play it close, and it's always very entertaining. Jamestown, by the way, has a record of 12-7-1 currently. The game that was scheduled for Saturday, July 1st, was postponed due to rain, and Elmira also had 2 games postponed due to rain. So really the last time these teams played was last Friday, June 30th, here at Diethrick Park. And here we are again on 4th of July. So my broadcast partner, Norm Rodriguez, is running a little behind from what I understand, so we will be flying solo here, but fear not, I'll do my best to fill the big, enormous shoes that only Norm can provide. In the meantime, though, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. The visiting team, Elmira Pioneers, their starting roster, they'll be batting first, of course, is going to be number 39, Zach Kent, the center fielder, leading off. Actually, scratch that, that's Jamestown. Batting first for Elmira is going to be number 1, Matt Granado, the center fielder. Batting second for Elmira will be number 77, Joe Musio, the first baseman. Batting third will be number 10, John Schroeder, the catcher. Batting fourth will be number 9, Aiden Blake, the second baseman. Batting fifth will be number 47, Ray Hernandez, the third baseman. Batting sixth will be number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder. Batting seventh will be number 2, Dom Presto, the shortstop. Batting 8th will be number 16, Christian Zilli, the extra hitter. Batting 9th will be number 24, Eric Charnetsky, the designated hitter. Batting 10th will be number 30, Cam Levesque, the left fielder. Starting pitcher for Elmira will be number 27, Connor Lutz. And for Jamestown, the starting pitcher is going to be number 31, Ryan Bilka. He'll be taking the mound here for Jamestown. And we'll give you the starting lineup for Jamestown here as we continue to hear the public address announcer call out the starters here, and we get ready for the national anthem in about a minute or two. The leadoff hitter for Jamestown is going to be number 39, Zach Kent. The center fielder, me, has the day off today. Number 22 will be Karen Gagnon, the right fielder. And number 20 will be batting third, Matt Thompson, the shortstop. With that being said, let's take a break for the national anthem. Of course, you want to have the national anthem on the 4th of July, and then we'll bring you some Tarp Skunks baseball on the other side right here on WRFA.
4th of July with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, there you have it. Once again, the national anthem. We're ready to play some baseball here as soon as the warm-ups are over with. And again, it's the 4th of July here. If you're looking for something to do on Tuesday afternoon on Independence Day, what's more American than baseball? Come on down to Diethrick Park. Plenty of seats down here and a pretty good turnout for the 4th of July as well, with the home stand as well as the visiting stand filling up with people along with the grandstand. So we've got ourselves baseball here on WRFA-LP. Of course, we're also streaming at WRFALP.com. And we also have the game being brought to you courtesy of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on YouTube, carrying our broadcast feed. Again, Jason Sample bringing you today's ball game featuring the Jamestown Tarp Skunks and the Elmira Pioneers. Well, let's take again a look at a breakdown of Jamestown. They were on a 5-game winning streak last week until Elmira snapped that 5-game win streak with a victory, a 2-1 victory against Jamestown last Friday night here at Diethrick Park. Both teams have near identical records. Elmira has one more loss than Jamestown. They are 12-8. Jamestown is 12-7-1. Remember, there are ties in the Perfect Collegiate Baseball League. If it goes to 10 innings and neither team has the lead, it will end in a tie. And that is exactly what happened on Tuesday, June 13th, when Jamestown traveled to Niagara and tied the game against the Niagara Power, 2-2 all. That's the only time we've seen a tie so far this year, but because of that rule, only 10 innings and then possibly a tie. Don't be surprised if we see another one as well. A schedule update as well. We do have a doubleheader coming up later on Wednesday, July 12th. That'll be a doubleheader against Newark. Originally, the schedule only had Newark once, but the game against Newark on June 12th was postponed, and so we will have a doubleheader later on this month here in about a week from now, a week from tomorrow to be exact. Again, a reminder, Jamestown has Ryan Bilka on the mound, the starting pitcher. He's number 31, and Bilka is as soon as we can find his line here, Bilka comes from Latham, New York. He's a freshman at Wagner College. So here we go. We are ready to start baseball on the 4th of July on WRFA, and leading off for the Elmira Pioneers is going to be number 1, Matt Granado, the center fielder. He bats right-handed, and Bilka, of course, comes in throwing right as well. And this game is just about ready to get underway. You're listening to Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown. Here's the first pitch. That is going to be outside for a ball. 1-0 the count here. Beautiful day for baseball here at the ballpark. Partly cloudy skies, a little on the humid side, but that's to be expected in July. Here's the second pitch. That's going to be hit over to shortstop, and Dunlop will field that cleanly over to Monroe for the first out of the ball game. Score that one a 4-3 2-3 ground out, one away here. Now we have first baseman Joe Musio stepping up to the plate. He is going to be batting left-handed, facing the right-handed Ryan Bilka. Just 2 pitches there to put away Matt Granato to start this ball game for the Tarp Skunks. Here's the deal from Bilka. It's going to be right across the plate for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Bilka waits the deal. He gets his sign. Here comes the delivery. That's swung on and hit foul down first baseline. 0-2 the count, with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Musio, the batter for Elmira. Again, left-handed hitter here. Should have a slight edge against the pitcher. Lefty versus righty. Here comes the delivery. That is a check swing, and they will say it is a ball. So almost pulled the bat across the plate, but not quite, making the count 1-2 now. Musio stays alive against Bilka here. Bilka ready to deal. He's set. Here's the delivery. That's going to be low and in the dirt for ball number 2. 2-2 the count. Calm wind here at Diethrick Park. A little bit of a slight breeze blowing in from the outfield. Shouldn't be a factor in this one as we get ready for the 2-2 count. Here's the delivery. Swung and a miss for the first strikeout of the ball game. Musio going down swinging. That's 2 away here. And now steps up the catcher for the Elmira Pioneers, number 10, John Schroeder. He also bats left-handed. Bilka looking sharp so far today. Just 2 pitches in the first batter, throwing 5 pitches and a strikeout against the second batter. He's up to 7 so far here. Here's the delivery. Swung on and missed. A nice change up there outside as well. Schroeder chasing that one. Had an early swing on that. Nothing doing there. Caught a nice breeze. That's about it. 0-1 the count. Here's the delivery from Bilka. Right across the plate for strike number 2. Caught Schroeder looking at that one. Looked like it may be a bit inside, but the umpire called it a strike. So here we are, 0-2 now. Bilka up on the count here against Schroeder as well. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here against Elmira at the top of the first. There's a delivery. It's hit. It's going to be a fly ball out to center fielder. Kent is there, brings it in for the out. And 1-2-3, a fly out to center field ends the top of the first inning with the score Pioneers nothing. Jamestown, of course, coming up to bat here in just a moment. Let's thank one of our sponsors for our broadcast today. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball is brought to you in part by Schultz Auto Group. Schultz Auto Group, celebrating over 50 years serving automotive needs of the greater Jamestown community with an excellent customer buying and ownership experience. All repair facilities have experienced and factory-trained technicians with state-of-the-art equipment for all automotive needs, no matter what engine type, gas, diesel, or electric. Schultz Auto Group, a proud supporter of Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. For more information, you can call 1-866-931-2998. Again, Schultz Auto Group, along with the Chautauqua County IDA and the Chautauqua Institutional, we want to thank them for being sponsors for this year's broadcast. I want to thank you listeners as well, whether you're listening over terrestrial airwaves here on 107.9 FM in Jamestown or streaming the audio online at our website, WRFALP.com, or maybe you're just watching the game on YouTube and listening to the radio feed, courtesy of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks volunteer video crew, maybe the best video crew in the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League, and they do it all out of the kindness of their hearts. Ed Tomasini and company doing their part to keep baseball alive here in Jamestown and bringing it to all of you fans out there outside of the Jamestown area that can't make it to the ballpark. We want to thank you for tuning in and supporting the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. We got plenty more games to go. Of course, today's game here on the 4th of July begins the July homestand for Jamestown. They've got several more home games on the schedule. I mentioned that doubleheader earlier in the broadcast. That'll be on July 12th, but we do have another game coming up on Sunday at 2 p.m. against Geneva. That'll be the next home game on July 9th. So put that on your calendar if you're looking to come on down to the ballpark a nice matinee game. Personally, I prefer daytime baseball over nighttime baseball, but I'm not much of a night owl anyway, so usually by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I'm ready to call it a day. And if we have a baseball game, that makes it somewhat difficult. Of course, Norm Rodriguez, our primary broadcaster for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, does a super job calling the games, and we do have a great support crew as well. We have, of course, Max Pentagrio, and we also have Colin Wood, who helps out, along with yours truly, Jason Sample. So here we go. The warm-ups are done. Pitching for Elmira is going to be Connor Lutz, and leading off for Jamestown is going to be number 39, Zach Kent, the center fielder who made that last out. Here is the pitch. It is away. It is a strike. Kent looking at that one, and we have an 0-1 count. Righty versus righty here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. There's a delivery outside for a ball. 1-1 is the count. Lutz wasting no time. Here's the third pitch. It's a little high for ball number 2. 2-1 the count here against the leadoff hitter for Jamestown, Zach Kent. There's a hit over to the left center. It's going to drop for a base hit. And we have a runner on board with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning with a base hit by leadoff hitter Zach Kent. Kieran Gagnon, the right fielder, now stepping up to the plate with one runner on. We'll see what Zach Kent does here. And, of course, Jamestown's main leadoff hitter, Grady Mee, has the night off here, or the day off, I should say. So that was Zach Kent with the hit to lead off. And now here's Kieran Gagnon. Here's a delivery from Lutz. He looks at that one as it goes outside and low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Kent over on first. No outs here. Bottom of the first inning. Just starting this game. If you're tuning in on WRFA-LP, it's July 4th baseball for the second year in a row. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball number 2. 2-0 the count now against Gagnon. Kent with a bit of a leadoff on first base for Jamestown. Lutz, the pitcher for Elmira, looking to deal here. Here's the throw. It's swung on and tipped back. 2-1 the count. Gagnon has really come on the past couple of games here. He had a heck of a ball game on Thursday night against Newark. Helped out with that come-from-behind 6-5 victory. I think he was 2 for 2 and hit the game-tying run and ended up scoring the winning run. Here is the pitch. Kent is trying to steal. Wild throw from the catcher. Easily stolen base for Zach Kent, who's now in scoring position with no outs. And the count will be 2-2 here against Kieran Gagnon. Zach Kent got a little bit dirty there. I was talking to Elmira's broadcaster. They broadcast their own games even on the road, and very helpful to have a conversation. Love talking with these other broadcasters who come to Diethrick Park to cover their team on the road. And he said the catcher, John Schroeder, for Elmira is one of the better throwing catchers on the team. That is going to be right across the plate. Caught looking is Kieran Gagnon for strike number 3. First out of the ball game, and that's one away for Elmira here. And now stepping up will be shortstop Matt Thompson. Batting right-handed here. Lutz, the pitcher, deals. And that's going to be inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Zach Kent is the runner at second with a big leadoff here. Thompson, the batter, the shortstop for Jamestown. Here's the delivery. Kent is going. There's the throw over to third. Not in time. He's going to be safe. So now 90 feet away from the first run being scored here. A sacrifice fly will do it. Base hit will do it as well. And a wild pitch might even do it. A couple of options here for Jamestown to consider with one out here in the bottom of the first inning to try to get that first run on the board with Thompson just 90 feet away now at third with a successful steal of third. Counts 2-0, by the way. Here's the delivery. That's going to be high for ball number 3. 3-0 the count. You got to expect Thompson just to get the red light here and try to go for the walk. Lutz is ready to deal. Here's the throw. And that's going to be outside for ball number 4. Thompson will walk and take first base. And now the cleanup hitter for Jamestown, Jake Kernodle, the third baseman, stepping up. Number 44, he has a chance to knock one in here. Kernodle crowding the plate here, stepping up tight. The right-handed hitter, righty versus righty. Here's Lutz's pitch. Going to be hit on over to shortstop. There's one. That's a wild throw. Wild throw, and the run will score. They had a chance for a double play to get out of this one. Instead, we have a wild throw. Kent will score. Thompson will advance over to third, and Kernodle will get the first on an error. You have to score that one in error, obviously. It would have been an easy double play for Elmira. Instead, they give up a run, and Jamestown finds itself in the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners still at the corners. Thompson now at third. Kernodle at first. Kent scoring the first run of the ball game for Jamestown. Henry Juwan, the catcher, at the plate, batting right-handed. Here's the pitch. That's going to be right across the plate, a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Here comes the deal from Lutz. Oh, that's going to be a meatball that almost hit the batter. But instead, the catcher was able to get the glove out in front of the batter, if you can believe that, to prevent it from hitting him. And instead, it's just a ball. Juwan didn't really make much of an effort to step away from that. It was so slow, he probably could have just taken it on the thigh and not really felt it. Instead, it was a ball, 1-1 the count, with one out here. Runners at the corners. Here's the throw. That's a hit on over to right field, and it's going to bounce for a base hit. One run is going to score here. They'll throw it on over to third base, but nothing doing there. Hits the cutoff man, and we have a 2-run ball game now. 2-0, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks leading Elmira with that base hit by Henry Juwan. And runners still at the corners. Advancing all the way over from first is Kernodle. Thompson scoring there. And Juwan is now at first with one out here. Stepping up to the plate will be number 13, Paul Catalano, the right fielder, batting left-handed. We got righty versus lefty here. We'll see if Catalano can't keep things going. Lutz having a rough inning here. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a ball fouled back here, and I believe that hit the WRFA field microphone. Nice sound effect there, and that'll make the count 0-1. We've got Kernodle at third, Juwan at first, one out here. Elmira could have gotten out of this one with a double play, but an error by their shortstop kept this inning going here, and Jamestown is capitalizing. 2-0 to score. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be high and outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Connor Lutz trying to get out of this one here. One ball, one strike, one out. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. It's going to be low for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. Jake Kernodle just 90 feet away from making this a 3-run ball game. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. 2-2 the count against Paul Catalano. Henry Juwan, the catcher, still camped out over at first base. If you follow the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, you know they love to steal, but I don't think Juwan has the wheels that a lot of the players do, which is why Coach Bazil hasn't sent him yet. We might see it here. Here comes the pitch. There's the throw, a nice changeup, and gets him looking. And a attempted steal at home, and he's out. He is out. He looked safe here, but he was out, and that makes it 3 outs, if I'm not mistaken. That is 3 outs. What a bizarre way to end the game. Kernodle trying to steal home after a strikeout. Catalano caught looking for the second out of the inning. And then Cornolo was tagged out at home. He looked safe up here, and the fans thought he was safe as well, but the umpire made the call and said he was out, and that'll do it. After 1 inning of play, it is Jamestown 2, Elmira nothing. We'll have inning number 2 in just a moment right here on WRFA.
We'll have more live Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball in just a moment, but right now it's time to meet one of the Tarp Skunks right here on WRFA.
I am Paul Catalano, and I play outfield. I go to Fairfield University, and I am majoring in marketing and finance. I hope to travel the world and make money while doing it.
Who's your favorite team and your favorite player?
I'm a big Mets fan, and I'm gonna go with Jeff McNeil as my favorite player.
Did you or do you currently play any other sports besides baseball?
No, I do not, but I'm really into ping pong.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
My favorite baseball memory was probably winning a championship game on a stealing home.
What do you like best about playing for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks?
The guys on the team are awesome. We got great chemistry, and the fans are also great as well.
All right. Anything else to add?
Nope. I hope we have a good game and a good win tonight.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball right here on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And welcome back to Diethrick Park here on the 4th of July. It is the Tarp Skunks hosting the Elmira Pioneers. 1 inning away, and the score is 2-0. Jamestown leading Elmira. Elmira had a chance to put Jamestown away fairly early in the bottom of the first inning, but whiffed on a double play attempt. It was an error, no outs on that double play attempt, and as a result, Jamestown was able to capitalize and pick up 2 runs. And that's where we're at here as we enter the top of the second inning. Jamestown put away Elmira 1-2-3 to lead off the ball game. So batting now for Elmira will be their cleanup hitter, number 9, Aiden Blake, the second baseman. Batting right. And throwing right for Jamestown is Ryan Bilka, who has 1 strikeout so far this ball game. And Bilka is ready to deal to begin this second inning. Here comes the pitch. And that'll be high and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's the throw from Bilka. That'll be swung on and hit on over to right field. Backing up to catch it will be Gagnon. And so that is 1 away for Jamestown here in the top of the second inning. Ray Hernandez, the third baseman. Left-handed hitter, batting for Elmira. Facing off against Ryan Bilka. Here's the throw. Hernandez swings, and it goes on over to short, or second rather, but unable to field it cleanly. And we've got 1 on. That was a nice attempt by Dunlop, the second baseman for Jamestown, to at least knock it down, prevent it getting in the outfield. But sort of in that no man's land between first base and second base is where the ball went to, and we'll call that a base hit, obviously. I'm not sure if Dunlop would have been able to get over to the pitcher who was running over to cover first in time. So we got 1 base hit here by Hernandez. He's on first base, and now Cooper Smith, the right fielder for Elmira, stepping up to the plate, batting right-handed. Here comes the pitch from Bilka. That'll be a strike as Smith looks at that one. Bilka still waiting for his pitch from the catcher, Juwan. He's ready to deal here. Here comes the throw. Swinging and driving it over into the gap, but it's a high fly ball. I think the center fielder will get there. He does. That's a nice catch by Kent to put 2 away. Hernandez retreats back to first base. Now Dom Presto, the shortstop, stepping up to the plate. Just 1 hit here in the top of the second inning for Elmira. That was Ray Hernandez, the second hitter that Bilka faced in this inning. He's still on first base. We've got 2 outs away here. Presto, the shortstop, batting right-handed. Here's a delivery. There's a check swing, and did he get it around? I believe so. 0-1 the count. Here's Presto looking to see what the next pitch is. Runner's going to go. There's a throw by Juwan over. There's a tag, and he is out. Caught stealing to make the third out of the inning, and Jamestown puts Hernandez away. Caught stealing, trying to take second for the third out. Presto will still be at bat when we enter the third inning. In the meantime, let's thank another one of our sponsors here as we head toward the bottom of the second. Support for WRFA's coverage of Tarp Skunk Baseball is brought to you in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. The Chautauqua County IDA is an economic development organization authorized and empowered by New York State to make Chautauqua County a better place to work, live, and visit. The IDA facilitates development by attracting new businesses. It also promotes the retention and expansion of existing businesses, and it offers business assistance in the form of tax abatements, low-interest loans, and or bond financing, all of which enhance the opportunities for job creation and retention across Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua County IDA, a proud supporter of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball on WRFA. For more information, you can call 716-661-8900 or visit ccida.com. Again, it's Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball here on WRFA. We've got ourselves Jamestown leading 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Somewhat of an odd way to end the first inning for Jamestown after scoring 2 runs. A strikeout looking made the second out, and then right after that strikeout looking against Catalano, Cornoto tried to get Sly and steal home, but the pitcher was able to make the throw back over to the catcher in time for the third out. And that is how that ending concluded, but not until after Jamestown scored 2 runs, making it 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll see if Jamestown can add to their lead. The lineup here in the second inning, we've got Munoz at the plate, the designated hitter, Monroe, the first baseman, and also Wallace, the extra hitter, is the 1-2-3 lineup here in the second. Munoz ready for the deal from Lutz. Here is the pitch. Looks at that one as it crosses right over the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. Here's a delivery from Lutz. Again, looking at that one, just a little low for a ball. Could have been borderline strike, but instead it is a ball. So 1-1 the count here against Munoz, the designated hitter. Fouls that one back. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch against Munoz. Outside for a ball, making it 2-2. Lutz again with the delivery. Outside for the ball. We've got a full count here. 3-2. A payoff pitch coming up. There's the throw. It's swung on right back to the pitcher, and it's going to be knocked down by the second baseman. Is it there in time? No, he's safe. Jared Munoz able to beat out the throw over to first. It took a while for the second baseman, Aiden Blake, to knock that down, and he had to, of course, get up and make the throw back over to Musio, the first baseman, and just couldn't do it in time. So Jamestown gets an infield hit here to start the second inning. And here comes big, tall Cooper Monroe, the first baseman. Batting right-handed, standing 6'7" plus for the Tarp Skunks with a runner at first. Here is a delivery. Outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Munoz takes a step off of first base for a leadoff. Not the biggest leadoff we've ever seen. Here is the throw. And that'll be a little low for a ball. 2-0 the count. Cooper Monroe, the first baseman for Jamestown, ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for the first strike. 2-1 the count. Monroe gets his instructions from Coach Jordan Bazille, his third year here for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Local boy done good. Also coaches the SUNY Fredonia baseball team. Here's the throw outside for a ball. 3-1 the count here against Cooper Monroe. Jared Munoz still at first base. No outs here in the bottom of the second inning. If you're just joining us on WRFA, the score is 2-0. Jamestown leading Elmira on this 4th of July game. Here is a pitch. It's going to be a foul ball, and it will go out of play just behind the visiting team dugout for strike number 2. That'll make it a full count. 3-2 the count here against Monroe with no outs. Monroe ready for the deal from Connor Lutz. Here's Lutz's pitch. Swung and fouled back. Keeps the count at 3-2. Aiden Wallace on deck for Jamestown here. No outs. Jared Munoz on first. Here's the throw to Monroe. Fouled back again. We'll do it again. 3-2 remains the count. Cooper Monroe, a couple of nights back, had a home run that wasn't. If you remember, he accidentally ran past one of the advancing base runners. His home run was so high into the air that he was rounding first base, and his base runner at first was waiting to see if it would land in or out of play. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside for ball number 4. And Monroe will walk, so we got runners at first and second now with no outs. So anyway, yeah, Monroe had to run past his first baseman there, or rather the guy on first, and so they called Monroe out, rightfully so. You can't advance past a base runner ahead of you. And that was one of the more bizarre things I've seen here in Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball in the 3 years we've covered it on WRFA. You always see something different when you watch a baseball game, that's for sure. So here we go now. Runners at first and second, no outs, and Aiden Wallace, the extra hitter, batting right-handed, now stepping up to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Lutz. That'll be high and outside for a ball. 0-1, 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch to Wallace. That'll be high. Ball number 2, 2-0 the count. And the catcher, John Schroeder, is going to come out and have a word with Connor Lutz. Maybe just calm him down a little bit. Maybe he notices something that Lutz is doing that's preventing him from getting it across the plate. Lutz has had 2 strikeouts so far, both times catching the batter looking. So he's got a really nice changeup and a nice breaking ball as well. Sometimes the batter thinks it's going to be a ball and it ends up going across the plate for a strike, and that's how he's gotten 2 batters looking. But so far, unable to get an out here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 the score. And this is the 3rd batter he's faced in the bottom of the second, Aiden Wallace. So we're ready to resume play. He's got the pitch he wants to throw. Here comes the delivery. And that'll be high and inside for ball number 3. 3-0 the count now. And after giving up a base hit to Jared Munoz and a walk to Cooper Monroe, Lutz is in danger of giving up another walk here with a 3-0 count against Aiden Wallace. Aiden Dunlop on deck, by the way. Here is the pitch. That'll be right across the plate for a strike. 3-1 the count. Here's the throw. Swung and a miss for strike number 2. We're at a full count now, 3-2 against Aiden Wallace. No outs here, bottom of the second. Runners at first and second for Jamestown, looking to capitalize, build on their 2-0 lead. Connor Lutz has other ideas. Here comes the throw from Lutz. That'll be high for ball number 4. 2 consecutive walks now for Connor Lutz, and we have the bases juiced. And Aiden Dunlop, the second baseman, stepping up to the plate here, number 43. Dunlop has a chance to drive in a run, maybe a couple of runs with a base hit here. Connor Lutz is trying to get his bearings now, giving up 2 walks so far to go along with a walk last inning as well. Here is a pitch. That'll be high and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Jared Munoz on third, Connor Monroe on second, and Aiden Wallace on first for Jamestown. Aiden Dunlop at the plate. Here's the throw from Lutz. That'll be low for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Here comes the deal from Lutz. That'll be high for ball number 3. 3-0 the count here. The second time we've seen a 3-0 count here. And Lutz is in danger of walking the 3rd consecutive batter he's faced. Dunlop has to have the red light here. Here comes the throw. That'll be outside for ball number 4. And Dunlop will get an RBI the easy way with a walk as Munoz comes across for the 3rd run of the ball game for Jamestown here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And we will take a little bit of a stoppage here as the infield comes in along with the coach for Elmira to have a word with their starting pitcher, Connor Lutz. 3 consecutive walks and a base hit here in the 2nd inning. He had 2 strikeouts in the 1st inning, and remember, it would have been a double play inning and a chance to not allow any runs, but instead that was an error, not by any fault of the pitcher for Elmira, that kept that inning going, and Jamestown ended up scoring 2 runs out of the deal. And they had 2 runs in the 1st inning, and now another run here in the 2nd inning, and we still don't have anybody away with the bases loaded for Jamestown. Big chance to capitalize here and keep this inning going. And by the way, this is the bottom of the order for Jamestown. This is the 10th batter. Aiden Dunlop was the 10th batter. We're back up to the top of the order here, and we've got Zach Kent back at the plate. He got a base hit at the top of the ball game. Top of the 1st inning, rather bottom of the 1st inning. Here comes the pitch, outside for a ball. There's another pitch that's outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count here. Connor Lutz is just struggling to find the plate right now. You got to think Jamestown is just going to be, batters will be standing like a statue unless they see a pitch they absolutely love. Here's the pitch to Zach Kent. That will be a strike. So Connor Lutz finally finds the strike zone. 2-1 the count now. Bases are juiced. No outs here. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Here comes the delivery. That'll be low for ball number 3. 3-1 the count here. And Lutz threatening to walk his 4th consecutive batter. Don't forget the first batter he faced in this inning was a base hit. So we've had a base hit, a walk, and now threatening to walk again here. Here is the deal. That'll be a strike right down the middle. Nice fastball, giving us a full count. 3-2. Here comes the throw from Lutz, the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and we'll do it over again. Number 22, Kieran Gagnon, outfielder for Jamestown, on deck. Meanwhile, here comes the deal to Kent. There's the throw. That'll be fouled back. Staying alive is Zach Kent. Count remains 3-2. Umpire taking a bit of a breather here from that crouch position that he takes and hands the ball off to the pitcher. Sometimes that breaks the rhythm a little bit for the pitcher in the middle of an at-bat, but I think Connor Lutz doesn't mind seeing that happen here. He's struggled a bit in the early stages of this ball game. He has 2 strikeouts, but he's also given up 3 hits and has walked 4 batters, threatening to walk a 5th. Here is the pitch. That'll be a fly ball. It should stay in play. The catcher going over to get it, but no, it bounces off of the dugout. I thought it was going to stay in play, but it did not. And so Kent stays alive. The count remains 3-2. No outs. Bases loaded here. Jamestown leading 3-0, trying to add to their lead. Got a golden opportunity here. Kent is the leadoff hitter for Jamestown. Back at the top of the order here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Lutz. That'll be fouled back. Just over the lights here at Diethrick Park. And we'll do it again. 3-2 the count. Here comes Lutz's payoff pitch. Fouled back again, and we'll do it again. Got a good duel going on here. Lutz is doing all he can to try to get this batter out, and Zach Kent is doing all he can to stay alive here and try to get a base hit to drive in a run, maybe two. Jared Munoz is at third base for Jamestown. Or rather, Connor Monroe now is at third base for Jamestown. Munoz already scored. Here's the pitch. That'll be a pop fly all the way back. And a nice catch right against the backstop for the first out. You probably didn't get a chance to see that because it was all the way against the back of the backstop. Those of you who, if you're listening on radio, you obviously didn't get a chance to see that, but we also broadcast our games on YouTube, and I'm not sure if they had a chance to see that or not. But a wonderful catch by John Schroeder to finally get the first out here. So a fly out to the catcher for the first out. And now Kieran Gagnon at the plate. He struck out looking his first at bat. Here is the pitch. He fouls it back, making the count 0-1 with one out here. Bases loaded for Jamestown, trying to add to their 3-run lead. 3-0 the score, bottom of the second inning here at Diethrick Park. Here's the throw from Lutz. That'll be inside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Here's Lutz's throw. That'll be fouled back and out of play for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. One and two the count. Lutz looking for the pitch he likes. Here comes the delivery. That'll be inside. No, actually hits the batter. So we've got a hit by pitch to drive in another run. Monroe will cross the plate for the 4th run of the game, the 2nd of this inning. Wallace advances the 3rd. Dunlop is now at 2nd. And Gagnon is now at 1st. Number 20, Matt Thompson, now stepping up to the plate, the shortstop. He walked in the first inning and scored the 2nd run of the ball game for Jamestown. He has a chance to drive in a couple of runs here. One out, bases loaded, bottom of the 2nd inning, 4-0 the score. Here comes the delivery from Elmira. That'll be a high pop fly in the infield, out of play, but maybe not. There's the catch by the first baseman, Muzio, going over to make the catch for the 2nd out. And Elmira can dodge a big bullet here if they can get this final out. Jamestown with bases loaded and no outs at one point in this inning. They have gotten 2 runs out of the deal, but so far, it could have been a lot worse for Elmira. In the meantime, Jake Cornoto, third baseman. Looking to keep things going. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a gapper. Maybe not. It's going to drift on over to left field and right field and caught. That would be Cooper Smith making the catch for the final out. A fly out. So 2 runs score. Jamestown leads 3 on, and the score is 4-0. Jamestown leading Elmira after 2. We'll have more baseball in a moment on WRFA.
We'll have more live Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball in just a moment, but right now it's time to meet one of the Tarp Skunks right here on WRFA.
My name is Cooper Monroe, and I play first base. I'm originally from Tustin, California. I go to school in Springfield, Missouri at Drury University. My major is exercise physiology, and I want to become a physical therapist. St. Louis Cardinals is my favorite baseball team, and I think Paul Goldschmidt would be my favorite player.
Did you, or do you currently play any other sports?
Golf on the side, spike ball a little bit, not much else.
I'm sure you get asked it a lot, but you ever played basketball?
No, I have not. I did maybe I think one season I was 8, but I did not know it was going to be this tall.
Right on. What do you like to do when you're not playing baseball?
I like to hang with my friends. I like to go play golf. We actually played golf this morning, so hang out with my friends is the best thing I can do.
What's your favorite baseball memory?
Favorite baseball memory is playing hacky sack with the boys before every game last season.
What do you like best about playing for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks?
The fans, the atmosphere, the players, everything. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm excited to have another month here, and really hope it doesn't end.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRFALP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And welcome back to WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball on the 4th of July, a matinee game here. Jason Sample bringing you the game. So far, flying solo. I apologize for being a little rusty here. Usually I let Norm Rodriguez do all the play-by-play action, so I'm not nearly as colorful as Norm, but doing my part to save baseball in Jamestown by bringing you some quality baseball here. It's really the tale of two teams. Jamestown's pitcher, Ryan Bilka, has had little trouble through 2 innings. It's still in the early stages here, but Bilka has basically faced only 7 batters through 2 innings. No runs for Elmira. Jamestown has scored 4 times. 4-0 the score here in the top of the 3rd. Here is the pitch. Throwing bunt is Christian Zilli, the extra hitter, number 16 for Elmira. Number 2, rather. Actually, Dom Presto is still at the plate because if you remember, Jamestown's final out was an attempted steal. So he was the at-bat at the 2nd inning when it concluded, the top of the 2nd. There's a strike making the count 0-2 here. So it's still Presto at the plate with an 0-2 count. And then Christian Zilli, the extra hitter, is on deck. Here comes the delivery to Presto. Swing and fouled back, staying alive here with the 0-2 count. Lineup is going to be Presto at bat, Zilli on deck, and then after Zilli, we've got Trineski, the designated hitter. Here's the throw. That'll be low and inside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Bilka taking his time. Here comes the delivery. Just low and outside for ball number 2 against Presto. Here's the delivery. Swung on right back to Bilka. Noel goes to second, gets the throw over. In time, Monroe stretching out. Nice job there by Dunlop to track that ball down and make the throw over to Monroe in time for the ground out. A 4-3 ground out, making the first out here. And now the extra hitter, Christian Zilli, stepping up to the plate, number 16 for the Pioneers. If you're just joining us, it's Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA on this 4th of July. The score is 4-0 so far here in the top of the 3rd with 1 out away. Here comes the pitch by Bilka. That'll be low and in the dirt past the catcher, Juwan, making the count 1-0. There's the throw by Bilka. That'll be just outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. There's the throw from Bilka. That'll be outside. 3-0 the count here. Bilka in danger of giving up his first walk of the ball game here. He's had a fairly clean first and second inning here. In the third inning, off to a good start with a ground out here, but with 1 out away here, he's threatening to give up a walk. Here comes the pitch. Right across the plate for a strike. 3-1 the count. Got the hitter's count here for Christian Zilli. If he sees it, he'll take a swing at it. Ryan Bilka. Here comes the deal. That is a strike. 2 consecutive strikes from Bilka now after 3 consecutive balls. Makes it 3-2 the count with 1 out away here, top of the third inning. See if Bilka can bounce back and put this one away. Here comes the pitch. That'll be swung on over too short, but not fielded cleanly, and that'll be, I'm not sure if they're going to score that in E or not. Thompson would have had a heck of a throw over to first had he even been able to grab that because his body was going full speed the opposite direction. He would have had to turn around and make the throw over to first, and they did credit that as a base hit. I would as well. So we got a base hit here with 1 out. Zilli on first, and Eric Trineski, the designated hitter for Elmira, stepping up to the plate, batting right-handed. Runner at first with 1 out. Here comes the throw for Bilka. That'll be outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. The 10th batter in the lineup is on deck, Cam Levesque. And then we'll be back to the top of the order here. So we got number 9 at the plate, number 10 on deck. And that will conclude the lineup for Elmira here as we return to the top of the order. Here comes the throw by Bilka. That'll be outside just enough to graze the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. Zilli takes a lead off of first. Bilka looking to deal here against Trineski. Here is the throw. That'll be fouled back for strike number 2. 1-2 the count now. That pitch is low for a ball. 2-2 the count as it bounces off of the plate. Zilli still at first for Elmira with 1 out here. 2-2 the count against Trineski. Ryan Bilka, the pitcher, looking to deal. Here comes the throw. That'll be hit right over to Dunlop, who makes it. Had a double pump and not able to make a double play there. The runner retreats back to first, but a liner to the second baseman. Dunlop puts 2 away here. And now we're at the bottom of the order with Cam Levesque, the left fielder, stepping up to the plate, number 30, with 2 outs, runner at first. Jamestown up by 4 runs, 4-0 the score here. Ryan Bilka trying to prevent Elmira from getting anything on the board. Here comes a throw. And that'll be low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Bilka facing off against Levesque. Here comes the delivery. That'll be a strike. 1-1 the count. Bilka looking sharp so far through 3 innings. 2 hits given up, no walks. Just 1 strikeout. But when you haven't given up many hits, who needs strikeouts? Here comes the delivery. That'll be swung on, and I spoke too soon. There's another hit right up the middle. And now we have runners at first and second with 2 outs here. That will be the 3rd hit given up by Bilka this game. And we're back up to the top of the order. Matt Granato, the center fielder, who grounded out to start the ball game. He's back at the plate and has a chance to keep things going here. Maybe a little 2-out magic for the Elmira Pioneers as they try to climb back into this ball game. They're trailing 4-0 here in the top of the third inning. Bilka's ready to throw. Checks the runner at second. Here comes the delivery. Little low, bounces into the dirt, but the catcher keeps it in front of him. Juwan, a good job keeping it from getting behind him. The runner will stay at second. Runner at first as well. Umpire calls time really quickly here as Juwan steps on out. Pitching coach Barry Powell also heading out to the mound to talk with Ryan Bilka. And really, Bilka has been pretty effective so far. Again, only one strikeout, but he hasn't given up a lot of hits. 3 hits given up so far. They've all been base hits. And I'm sure Coach Powell has just noticed something and checking on Bilka's status here. But Ryan Bilka really is doing a great job against the hitters for Elmira so far in the early stages. We're only in the third inning, top of the third inning with 2 outs here, runners at first and second. And I'm sure Coach Powell is just telling Bilka to focus on this batter, get this final out, and get out of this inning and leave 2 runners stranded. Elmira did leave 1 runner on back in the first inning, or second inning as well. So Bilka now ready to deal. 1-0 the count here with 2 outs. Top of the third inning. Elmira with a runner in scoring position at second, also a runner at first. Ryan Bilka, the pitcher for Jamestown, trying to get out of this one. Here comes the delivery. And that'll be a strike, making the count 1-1. Matt Granato, the center fielder, at the plate for Elmira. 0 for 1 on the day. Bilka checks the runner. Here's the throw. On over to third. Steps on the bag for the out. Maybe was that a foul ball? I think they're going to say that was foul. That was a foul, so the runners will go back to second and first, and we'll do this one over again. That'll make the count 1-2. With that foul, it just bounced over third baseline before it got to the third baseman for Jamestown, Kernodle. And that's why we're doing this all over again. 1-2 the count here. And Granato at the plate. Bilka, the pitcher, checks the runner at second and steps off, throws it on over to second. Kind of a nonchalant haphazard. I think he was just afraid of possibly running a balk or something, so he just casually throws it over to second there to finish his motion over to second. And now he's got the ball. We're ready to resume. Scoreboard shows 2-1, but it's actually 1-2 is the count. Here comes the delivery, and that's going to be hit on over to third, and Kernodle this time tags the runner for the final out. And that will do it for the top of the third inning with 2 hits, 1 runner left on base, and the score remains 4-0. Jamestown leading the Elmira Pioneers as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Let's thank another one of our sponsors. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball is brought to you in part by Chautauqua Institution. Chautauqua Institution, a community on the shores of Chautauqua Lake that comes alive each summer with a unique mix of fine and performing arts, including theater and musical entertainment, along with lectures, interfaith worship and programs, and recreational activities. The 2023 season features, among others, Natalie Merchant performing next weekend. Diana Ross performed this weekend. They also had Patti LaBelle, The Revivalist, Band of Horses, Straight Note Chaser, Trombone Shorty, Mavis Staples, and many, many more. Chautauqua Institution. For more information, call 1-800-836-ARTS. That's 1-800-836-2787, or visit discover.chq.org. Chautauqua Institution bringing you Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA for the 2023 season. Thank you, Chautauqua. I'm sure Chautauqua Lake and Chautauqua Institution is happening on the 4th of July. Always the place to be, whether it's Bemis Point or Mayville or Chautauqua or pick any number of places. I was in Lakewood this morning. They do the annual 4th of July 10K Firecracker Run, sponsored by the Jamestown YMCA. And I might be bragging, but I actually participated in the race and had a personal best time. So I was pleased with that. Not the best time of everybody, that's for darn sure. But still, you know, you get in your upper 40s and you're still able to run 10 kilometers. You feel pretty good about yourself. So that was a nice way to start out the 4th of July here. And here we are at the ballpark now, calling a baseball game. It's Jason Sample bringing you Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA on this 4th of July. My partner in crime, Norm Rodriguez, maybe he thought the game was at 6 o'clock tonight or 6:30. That's when they typically are played, but today's game on the schedule for 2 o'clock. I saw it on the schedule, so I'm here, obviously. I'm not sure where Norman is, but I am confident he'll be back for our next home game on Sunday at 2 o'clock. So with that being said, we're ready to resume play in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here comes the first pitch to Jamestown's batter. That'll be Henry Juwan, number 17, the catcher. And Juwan got a base hit back in the 1st inning. Here he is leading off the bottom of the 3rd. That'll be a base hit to right field. So Juwan now 2 for 2 on the day. Actually, that was it was the 1st inning when he got a base hit. So he's 2 for 2 here, and now steps number 13, Paul Catalano for Jamestown, the left-handed hitter. Catalano playing right field today. Or maybe he's in left field. I got 2 players that are listed as right fielders on the roster that was given to me here, and I still haven't figured out if it's Kieran Gagnon or Catalano over and right. Here comes the pitch. By the way, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for Elmira as well, the left-handed pitcher. I'll get the name in a moment. Number 21. Here's the throw. That'll be outside for a ball. 2-0 the count here against Catalano. Juwan over at first. Here comes the throw. Swing and a miss by Catalano. Jared Munoz, by the way, is on deck, the designated hitter for Jamestown. 2-1 the count here against Catalano. Here is a throw over to first to keep Juwan honest. He quickly slides back over and is safe. You don't want to get too big of a leadoff against a left-handed pitcher, obviously, when they can see exactly where you're at first. Here's a throw outside for a ball, making it 3-1 the count here against Catalano. So a new pitcher, but somewhat of the same story. We saw the prior 2 innings for Elmira, having a hard time getting the ball across the plate. 3-1 the count. Here comes the pitch. That'll be fouled out of play, making a full count, 3-2. Makes a throw over to first, but Juwan quickly back over there. Elmira wearing their blue tops and gray jerseys, but they also have red, white, and blue socks on for the 4th of July. It's always good to see a little patriotic feel here. Jamestown dressed in all whites with the teal trim. Here is a hit. It's going to go fair in the right field. Juwan will round second on over to third. And easily a stand-up double here for Catalano. So runners on board, both in scoring position here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No outs. And Elmira in danger of letting Jamestown build on its 4-1 lead. 4-0 the score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Jamestown is cooking with Jared Munoz here stepping up to the plate. He got a base hit to lead off the 2nd inning. He's looking to get a base hit and drive in a run, maybe even two here. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch from Elmira. That'll be across the plate for a strike. Munoz looking at that one. 0-1 the count. Pitcher for Elmira ready to deal here. Here comes the throw. And that'll be hit on over. Through the glove of the second baseman. And the runners will both come in to score for Jamestown. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Juwan and Catalano both crossing the plate. And you got to score that in E. So Elmira getting bit up by the E-bug here. They had an error in the first inning that resulted in 2 runs being scored. And here we are now, another error and 2 more runs being scored in the third inning. No outs here, and Munoz reaches base safely on error. Aiden Blake, the second baseman, just didn't watch the ball go into his glove. It went through the glove and into shallow outfield. And the damage is now done. There's a pitch to the outside against Cooper Monroe for a ball. 1-0 the count here. No outs. 6-0 now the score. Bottom of the third inning. Jamestown all over the Elmira Pioneers. 1 runner at first, that's Jared Munoz. Here's a throw to Monroe. That'll be outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Elmira already has another pitcher warming up out in the bullpen here. Here comes the throw. That'll be a strike. As Monroe looks at that one across the plate, 2-1 the count. So 2 runs given up on an error here in the bottom of the third inning by Elmira. 6-0 the score. Here's the throw. That'll be a strike. 2-2 the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third inning. Jamestown up 6-0 over the visiting Pioneers. Here's the delivery to Monroe. He watches that one inside for a ball, making it a full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up here. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss. And the runner goes. They keep it from going in the outfield, but he does steal second. Munoz now at second. Monroe goes down swinging with a strikeout. That's 1 away here in the bottom of the third inning. And the extra hitter, Aiden Wallace, now stepping up to the plate. He walked back in the second inning. Was left on base. Jamestown with 4 batters left on base so far through 2 innings. And they've scored 2 runs each inning now. 2-2-2. Here comes the throw. That'll be a strike as Wallace sort of checked his swing there. But it still went right across the plate. 0-1 the count against Wallace. Elmira pitcher ready to deal. Here comes the throw. That'll be outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Elmira's bullpen seeing some action as well. We've got a right-handed pitcher warming up back there. I apologize for not having the name of the pitcher here. We don't have a roster for Elmira up here at the press box, and I don't have my phone immediately handy to give me the information. Here comes the throw. That'll be low for a ball. 2-1 the count with 1 out. Runner at second for Jamestown. Here's the delivery. That'll be outside, and Throw back over to second to keep the runner in check, but Munoz able to get back safely to second before the throw arrives from the catcher, John Schroeder. So no harm there. And the count is now 3-1. Here comes the throw to Wallace. He stares at that one as it crosses the plate, giving us a full count, 3-2. Zach Nelson, number 99, is warming up for Elmira. Again, I'm not sure who's on the mound currently for Elmira. Number 21, the left-handed pitcher. Here comes the throw, and that'll be fouled back. Staying alive is Aiden Wallace. 3-2 the count with one out here. Devin Murray. Thank you to Justin, the public address announcer, for giving me a hand. So Devin Murray is the pitcher, the left-hander, as he gets ready to deal. There's the throw, fouled back. Staying alive is Aiden Wallace. Still a full count, 3-2 with a runner at second. One away here, bottom of the third inning. If you're just joining us, Jamestown leading the visiting Elmira on the 4th of July, 6-0 the score. Elmira giving up, I believe it's 4 runs on error. 2 errors this ball game, but they've been costly. Here comes a throw from Murray. That'll be a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Wallace goes down swinging. That is 2 away. And now we've got Aiden Dunlop stepping up to the plate.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks, the second baseman from Youngstown State, number 43.
Dunlop walked in the second inning, getting an RBI because the bases were loaded when he walked. There's the throw, swing and a miss, a nice change up there. Came in totally a lot slower than what I think Dunlop had expected. His swing was well and ahead of the pitch coming in. The count 0-1 here with 2 outs. Devin Murray, number 21, looking to chase the runner at second, back to second, and he does. That's Jared Munoz, who is at second. He reached base on an error, by the way. Devin Murray ready to deal. Here's the throw. That'll be outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Here's the delivery. That'll be outside for a ball. 2-1 the count now against Aiden Dunlop. Dunlop is the 10th batter in the lineup for Jamestown. Remember, in the Collegiate Baseball League, the teams are allowed to have up to 10 batters in the lineup, a DH and an extra hitter. And then we'll be back up to the top of the lineup. Here is the throw across the plate for a ball. 3-1 the count now. It hit, just missed the outside edge. Dunlop trying to keep this inning alive here. A walk will do just that. We'll be back to the top of the order. Devin Murray, the left-handed pitcher for Elmira, gets the pitch he likes. Here comes the deal. Swing and a miss, fouled back. That'll make the count 3-2. We got a full count here with a runner at second for Jamestown. Here's the throw from Murray. Swing and a miss. Struck out is Dunlop, and that will end the third inning, but not until after Jamestown scores 2 runs on an error, making the score 6-0 through 3 innings. We'll be back with the 4th frame in just a moment right here on WRFA.
Thank you, Jeremy. Down here in the field with Jeremy
Pearl City Clay House and Joe Rice bring urban sketching classes to downtown Jamestown. Every third Saturday of the month, Joe scours the city for a new location for an outdoor sketching adventure, and artists of all skill level are welcome to join in on the hands-on experience, with Joe being the support and guide. The next two classes will be held July 15th and August 19th. For more information on urban sketching and Pearl City Playhouse, you can visit their website at pearlcityplayhouse.org.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRSALP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And welcome back to Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. Jason Sample bringing you today's 4th of July game at Diethrick Park. Where else would you rather be on America's birthday than watching America's pastime, baseball? And that's exactly what we're doing here. I'm watching it, telling you what's happening. Of course, you might be watching it as well. If you're watching the game being streamed on the Tarp Skunk YouTube channel, I'm flying solo today. We do have our good friend Norm Rodriguez, who should be back on Sunday. Who knows? Maybe he'll even drop in here. I think Norm didn't get the memo that today was a 2 o'clock game, and I guess it's partially my fault. You could say I'm the boss, and I should have let him know ahead of time that the game was at 2 o'clock. I figured he would know that or not. So for all you Norm Rodriguez fans out there, I apologize. No Norm today unless he comes in the middle of this ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The score is 6-0. It's Jamestown leading Elmira. The score is not really all that indicative of how close this game has been. Several of those runs by Jamestown have been given up by way of error. I believe 4 unearned runs for Jamestown to go along with the 2 earned runs. Jamestown with 6 hits so far in the ball game. Elmira with 3 hits. No runs yet for Elmira. They're trying to get on the board. Maybe it will happen here as we get to the bottom of the lineup. They still have not gone through the lineup once here in the 4th inning, and we've got number 17 at the plate. 77 rather for Elmira. That'll be a swing and a miss. Joe Musio outside throw for a ball, 1-1 the count. Ryan Bilka still on the mound for Jamestown here. And I apologize, Matt Granato was the batter, so we were at the top of the lineup at the end of the top of the 3rd inning there. Here comes the pitch from Bilka. That'll be outside for a ball. That'll be fouled back. Count now 2-2 against Musio. The first baseman. He struck out, by the way, the first time he faced Bilka in the 1st inning. Batting second in the lineup here. Here's the throw. That'll be high and inside for a ball. 3-2, a full count here. Ryan Bilka, here comes the throw. And that'll be a fly ball into shallow outfield and caught by the shortstop Thompson. Put one away, really dead center behind second base, so either second or shortstop would have had it. But the shortstop comes down with it, that's one away. And John Schroeder, the catcher, now stepping up to the plate. He flew out to center field the last time he was at the plate. Batting left-handed, facing the right-handed pitcher, Bilka. That'll be fouled over the press box here. Counts 0-1. Sort of a warm and muggy day here at Diethrick Park. Not really much of a breeze. The flags in the outfield are relatively calm. Just a slight bit of movement is all. Back to the action on the field. Here comes the throw. That'll be low for a ball, just missing the strike zone. 1-1 the count, with 1 out away here in the top of the 4th inning. Bilka looking to deal. Here's the throw. That'll be a deep fly ball over in left field, all the way back to the wall and off the wall. Schroeder looking to get to third and does with a triple. That was a deep hit. For a second there, I thought that might go over the fence, but just off of the top of the Plyler sign in right field. Catalano unable to pull it down. He was lucky just to get back there in time to field it, but that is a one-out triple for Elmira, and they find themselves in business now. With one away here, runner at third base, 90 feet away from getting the first run of the ball game. Jamestown currently leading 6-0 here, but a little bit of life here as the catcher for Elmira hits a triple at Diethrick Park. Here is the throw, and that'll be out of play. A high fly ball well out of play over on Faulkner Street here at Diethrick Park. 1 out away, 0-1 the count. Aiden Blake, the second baseman, he flew out to right field. His first at bat. Here comes the throw. And that'll be hit on over to shortstop, who throws it over the first, and time for the out, but that is a sacrifice with a run being scored. Get a ribby for their effort. And then the score is now 6-1. Schroeder scoring the first run of the ball game. Aiden Blake getting the RBI. Thompson fielding that one from shortstop over to Monroe at first, making it a 6-3 ground out. And 2 outs now here in the top of the 4th inning. Ray Hernandez, the third baseman, number 47, got a base hit when he was at the plate in the first inning. That is a throw just outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. So nobody on here. 1 run scored for Elmira here in the top of the 4th. Here comes the pitch from Bilka. That'll be fouled back, making the count 1-1 with 2 outs. Bilka looking to deal here. Here comes the throw. A nice off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss, making the count 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Bilka looking to throw. Here comes the delivery. That'll be outside for a ball. 2-2 the count against Hernandez. Should Hernandez reach base, Cooper Smith, number 8, the right fielder, on deck. Here's the throw from Bilka. That'll be fouled over to the home team grandstands. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the throw from Bilka. That'll be outside for a ball. Full count, 3-2 the count now against Hernandez. The left-handed hitter for Elmira trying to keep this inning alive after they finally scored a run. 6-1 the score here in the top of the 4th inning. Jamestown's Ryan Bilka deals. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. And that is Bilka's second strikeout of the game, but it does end the top of the 4th inning, not until after Elmira scores a run, highlighted by a triple from John Schroeder, who then scored on a sacrifice RBI. So, with 3.5 innings in the books, it's 6-1. Jamestown leading Elmira. Support for WRFA's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Schultz Auto Group. Schultz Auto Group, celebrating over 50 years serving automotive needs of the greater Jamestown community with an excellent customer buying and ownership experience. All repair facilities have experienced and factory-trained technicians with state-of-the-art equipment for all automotive needs, no matter what engine type, gas, diesel, or electric. Schultz Auto Group, a proud supporter of Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. For more information, you can call 1-866-931-2998 or visit SchultzAuto.com. Again, thanks to Schultz Auto, Chautauqua County IDA, and Chautauqua Institution for bringing you Tarp Skunk Baseball here in 2023 on the airwaves of WRFA. So we do have a new pitcher for Elmira. Devin Murray, just 1 inning of work, the left-hander, giving up no runs, earned anyway. 2 runs were scored unearned. And we've got Zach Nelson, number 99, now pitching for Elmira. We'll see what Zach Nelson can do to try to keep Jamestown in check. So far, Jamestown has scored 2 runs in each of the innings they've been at bat. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. A little help by way of error from Elmira. Elmira has had 2 costly errors, giving up 4 unearned runs as a result. Back in the first inning, had that error not been committed, it would have been a double play, and Jamestown would not have scored any runs. Instead, they got 2 runs in the first inning. We also saw a costly error in the third inning, resulting in 2 runs being scored by the Tarp Skunks. So we'll see if Elmira can settle down here with their 3rd pitcher in 4 innings here at Diethrick Park on the 4th of July. A reminder, Jamestown will be back at home on Sunday, July 9th at 2 p.m. against Geneva. In the meantime, they've got 3 games sandwiched in between today and next Sunday on the road. On Wednesday, they're at Batavia. On Thursday, they're at Niagara. And then on Friday, they're at Newark. Been a very competitive season so far for the Western Division of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. It seems like anytime you look at the standings, a different team is at the top, or at least several teams are in the hunt. I believe there's 4 or 5 teams over 500 in the West Division, including today's featured teams, your home team Jamestown, and of course the Elmira Pioneers. Here we go, bottom of the 4th inning, about ready to begin. Stepping up for the plate for Jamestown will be number 39, Zach Kent. His 3rd plate appearance of the ball game. He swings and misses at that first pitch from Zach Nelson. So it's Zach versus Zach here at the top, bottom of the 4th. That pitch will be outside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Kent got a base hit in the first inning and flew out in the second inning. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the delivery from Nelson. That'll hit Kent, and he will reach base by a hit pitch. And now Kieran Gagnon, the left fielder for Jamestown, stepping up to the plate. Kieran Gagnon struck out in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Runner at first for Jamestown here. They've got a 5-run lead, 6-1 the score in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. That'll be tipped foul, making the count 0-1 against Gagnon. Matt Thompson on deck for Jamestown, by the way. Here comes a pitch from Nelson. Almost a knuckleballer there. That was a very slow changeup pitch as Gagnon watched that one, and he quickly is behind in the count, 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Nelson. Swing and a miss by Gagnon, and he strikes out for the 2nd time today. 1 away here for Jamestown. The bottom of the 4th inning, runner at first, and Matt Thompson, the shortstop, stepping up to the plate. Thompson is 0 for 1. He was walked in the first inning and flew out in the second inning. Zach Nelson, the pitcher for Elmira, waiting to deliver his first pitch with the runner at first in Zach Kent. Here comes the throw. A bunt right back to Nelson, who loses his balance but does make the throw over to first, but the sacrifice works there as the runner advances to scoring position. Zach Kent is now at second. That is 2 away. And Jake Kernodle, the third baseman, now at the plate. Jake Kernodle reached base on an error in the first inning. It would have been a double play, but instead it was an error, and he flew out in the second inning. Runner's going to go. There's a quick throw over to third, but able to get there in time is Kent. And so now Zach Kent is at third, 90 feet away from scoring another run for Jamestown with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Third baseman Kernodle at the plate, looking at a 1-0 count. Facing off against Zach Nelson, the third pitcher for Elmira in this ball game. Here comes the throw from Nelson. That'll be a deep hit into dead center field. Can he get there in time? He does track it down and make the catch. Nice job by Granado to pull that one out of the air and end this inning with no damage done for the first time today. Jamestown is unable to score any runs, and so it remains 6-1 through 4 innings. We'll be back with inning number 5 in just a moment right here on WRFA.
For sure. The local rush hours? Absolutely. Arts on Fire? Yeah. You can listen to all of them and even stream old episodes of Third Street Garage or Community Matters from the archives. It's simple. Just go to the App Store or wherever you get your apps and type in WRFA. And here's the kicker. It's completely free.
That's amazing. I'm definitely going to download. Does it have the local news?
It has everything the radio has and more. Now leave me alone. I'm listening.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRFA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And welcome back to Diethrick Park. Jason Sample.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks out of Gannon University. Number 21, Joe Breidenbach.
Just wanted to get the name of the pitcher for Jamestown from Gannon University. So Ryan Bilka's done here, and it sounded like it said Joe Breidenbach. And so Joe is new to the roster, or relatively new, because he's wearing number 21, and that, of course, was worn by Patrick DeMarco. Patrick DeMarco is out for the season. I believe he strained a ligament in his throwing arm a couple of weeks back. Nothing too serious, because he's still hanging out with the team and he doesn't have his arm in a sling. But I think he's hanging it up for the season because they don't want to risk doing any damage to his arm. And so he was wearing number 21 at the start of the season, but now we have a new number 21 from Gannon University, just in Erie, PA, down the road here from Jamestown, New York. Joe Breidenbach is who I believe Jeremy had said was the name of the pitcher. So he's continuing to warm up here, and I'll get you caught up on where we're at. If you're just tuning in on WRFA or just tuning in on YouTube, the score is 6-1 through 4 innings. Jamestown scoring 2 runs in each inning except the last inning, and Elmira finally getting on the board last inning. Jamestown had some luck by way of error, getting 2 runs in the first inning by way of an error. It would have been a double play to end the inning. Instead, the ball went through the second baseman's glove, and 2 runs scored for Jamestown. And we pretty much saw a repeat of that in the third inning as well, with an error resulting in 2 runs being scored for Jamestown. So they've really gotten lucky with a couple of miscues from the Elmira Pioneers to help them build this 5-run lead. And so that's where we're at here in the 5th inning. The score 6-1 as we are about ready to begin play here. And leading off will be number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder for Elmira, facing off against Breidenbach. Here is the pitch. He swings at the first one. He sees a high towering fly ball and a shallow right field. Catalano will pull that one down, and that is quickly one away here with a fly out into shallow right field. Dom Presto, the shortstop, now at the plate for the Elmira Pioneers. He grounded out back in the 3rd inning, his only plate appearance so far in this ball game. Here comes the throw from Breidenbach. That'll be high and outside for a ball. 0-1, 1-0 the count. Here's the throw Swing and a miss, making the count 1-1. I almost had to do a double take there when I saw Brandon Bach come in to spell Ryan Bilka, who did a great job pitching for Jamestown through 4 innings, by the way. Here comes the pitch from Brandon Bach. That'll be a strike across the plate as Presto watches that one, making the count 1-2. So similar builds, you know, tall and slender between Brandon Bach and Bilka. The only difference is really Brandon Bach has a bit more of a 5 o'clock shadow, if you will, on his face. And I said, I don't think Bilka grew a beard that quickly. Here is the throw outside for a ball, so it's 2-2. So I figured it had to be a new pitcher, and sure enough it was. It was Joe Brandon Bach, who's from Gannon University here for Jamestown. Here's the 2-2. That'll be fouled back. The count remains 2-2 for Presto. Here is the throw. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. So quickly 2 batters down here. Brandon Bach getting the first 2 batters he's faced out. First one by a pop fly and the second one by strikeout. And now we've got Christian Zilli, the extra hitter, at the plate. He got a base hit back in the 3rd inning, but was left stranded at second. Here's the throw from Brandon Bach. That'll be outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's a delivery. That is low for a ball. 2-0 the count. And that'll be hit on over to center field. Unable to get to it for the catch is Kent, so he'll let that drop for a base hit. And Zilli finds himself on first base with 2 outs here for Elmira.
The designated hitter, number 24, Eric Ternetsky.
And Eric Ternetsky, the designated hitter, stepping up to the plate. He flew out back in the 3rd inning. Runner at first. There's a low pitch in the dirt, making it 1-0 the count against Ternetsky. Brandon Bach looking to deal here. Here comes the throw, and that'll be swung on and missed. 1-1 the count here. On deck is Cam Levesque for Elmira. He represents the bottom of the lineup for the Pioneers. Here's the pitch. That'll be just outside for a ball. 2-1 the count here against Ternetsky. 2 outs, runner at first. Elmira at the plate, top of the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. That makes it an even count, 2-2 with 2 outs here. Elmira with 5 hits so far, Jamestown with 6, but Jamestown well outscoring Elmira 6-1. Here comes the throw. That just misses the strike zone a little low, and that'll make it a full count. 3-2 now with 2 outs. Runner at first will be going here. Zilli is the runner at first for Elmira. Ternetsky, the batter. Brandon Bach with the deal for Jamestown. There is the throw. Swing and a miss with a strikeout. And that's 2 strikeouts here for Joe Brandon Bach. And that does it for the top of the 5th inning with 1 runner left on and no runs scored. It remains 6-1. Jamestown leading Elmira as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball is brought to you in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. Chautauqua County IDA is an economic development organization authorized and empowered by New York State to make Chautauqua County a better place to work, live, and visit. The IDA facilitates development by attracting new businesses. It also promotes the retention and expansion of existing businesses, and it offers business assistance in the forms of tax abatements, low-interest loans, and bond financing, all of which enhance the opportunities for job creation and retention across Chautauqua County. The Chautauqua County IDA, a proud supporter of Jamestown Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA. For more information, you can call 716-661-8900 or visit ccida.com. Again, you're listening to Tarp Skunk Baseball here on WRFA on the 4th of July. Turning out to be a beautiful July 4th. We've had some damp weather the past few days, although yesterday turned out to be a rather beautiful day. It cooled down a bit in the evening, which is nice as well. Not sure if we're going to see a cool down this evening, but there really aren't any showers in the forecast for today. So if you do have plans to catch a fireworks show or barbecue later on today, spend time with your family, feel free to do so. It does feel a little odd to have the 4th of July on the middle of the week. Back to work tomorrow for many of us, but it's been nice to have at least one day off here in the middle of the week. Back to the action, we have Henry Juwan, the catcher for Jamestown, back at the plate. He is 2 for 2 with 2 base hits and also scored a run in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch to Juwan. That'll be a swing and a miss, making the count 1-1. Zach Nelson continuing to deal for the Elmira Pioneers. Quick stoppage of play here as the umpire walks the balls back to Zach Nelson. And he also takes the time to clear the plate. And he gets back into position and is now ready for the next deal. Here comes the throw. And that'll be across the plate as Juwan watches that one. A little outside. Juwan kind of gave the umpire a cross look there, but it is a strike. 1-2 the count. Here's the throw. Swung on over to third. Makes the throw over to first in time for the out. Ray Hernandez fielding that cleanly at third and making the throw over to Musio, and we have one away here with the 6-3 ground out. Now Paul Catalano, the right fielder, stepping up to the plate. He bats left-handed. That first pitch is over the plate for a strike. Makes the count 1-1 with 1 out. That's going to be a ball, making it 2-1. There's a hit over to right field. Is it going to get drop in time? No, a heck of a... No, he did drop the ball. Almost a great catch. Instead, it's going to be a double for Paul Catalano. His second double of the ball game. A really nice effort out there by Cooper Smith, the right fielder. But he dropped the ball, making the diving attempt. And Jamestown finds itself in business here with 1 out and a runner at second, leading 6-1. Now Jared Munoz stepping up to the plate. He reached base on a hit in the 2nd inning and reached base on an error in the 3rd inning. Zach Nelson, the pitcher. Here's the delivery. That'll be a deep drive over to center field. Granado stepping over there, does make the catch. Runner tags up, trying to advance over to third. Will he get there in time? Yes, he does. Catalano now at third base with that sacrifice fly by Munoz. But that does make out number 2. So with 3 outs, we've got Cooper Monroe, the first baseman, stepping up to the plate. He walked in the 2nd inning and struck out in the 3rd inning. A base hit will let Jamestown add to its lead. 6-1 the score here. In the bottom of the 5th inning. That first pitch was the ball, 1-0 the count. Here comes the delivery. That's over the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count. Zach Nelson, the pitcher for the Elmira Pioneers. Monroe waits for the pitch. Here it comes. That'll be outside for a ball. 2-1 the count against Cooper Monroe. There's a swing and a miss, making it even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning, if you're just joining us on WRFA. It's Tarp Skunk baseball on the 4th of July. Got a runner at third with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch to Cooper Monroe. Just misses the strike zone, and we've got a full count. 3-2 now with 2 outs against the Skunks first baseman. Swing and a miss for a strike, and that's strike number 3. No runs on 1 hit, and after 5 innings of play, the score remains 6-1. Jamestown leading the Elmira Pioneers. We'll have more baseball in a moment on WRFA.
The Audubon Community Nature Center invites 3 to 8-year-olds and their favorite adults to learn about frogs, toads, and salamanders during the Audubon Little Explorers Study on Amphibians on Saturday, July 8th. You'll learn more about the amphibians close to home, identify a frog by only its calls, and see some unusually squishy and sometimes slimy animals up close. The Amphibian Little Explorers event will run 10 to 11:30 a.m. Reservations for the event are required by Thursday, July 6th. To find out more information and to register, visit the Audubon online at audubоncnc.org.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRFA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And again, welcome back to Diethrick Park. Jason Sample here calling the game solo with the Jamestown Tarp Skunks hosting the Elmira Pioneers. The score remains 6-1 as we head into the 6th frame with Jamestown's Joe Brandenbach still pitching for the Tarp Skunks, wearing number 21. That would be Patrick DeMarco's former number. And Randy Anderson came over to inform me that Patrick DeMarco is a little bit more injured than what I had thought. So my apologies to the listeners out there who take umbrage to my reporting misinformation. Patrick DeMarco apparently is going to have surgery, Tommy John surgery, and will miss all of next year, according to the text message that Randy received and passed my way. So again, my apologies for not having my facts straight when it comes to Patrick DeMarco's injury. Now that that's behind us, we're back to the action at play here, and that would be Joe Brandenbach, the pitcher, number 21 for Jamestown, facing number 30, Cam Levesque. Here's the pitch. That is over the plate for a strike. 0-1 the count. There's the throw. That'll be outside for a ball. 1-1 the count. Here's the deal from Brandenbach. That's high for ball number 2. 2-1 the count now against Levesque. Here's the deal. Swung on and hit on over to short. That'll be Thompson. Throws it on over to Monroe in time for the out. 6-3 ground out puts one away here, and we're back up to the top of the order for the Elmira Pioneers. Stepping up to the plate will be number 1, Matt Granado, the center fielder. He grounded out in the first inning, and I believe he flew out in the third inning. 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the throw. Swung on and fouled down the third base line. 0-1 the count. Granado giving that one a nice rip, but just not fair. And he'll try it again here. Here comes the throw. 1-1 the count with that ball. A little low and outside. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll be hit over to center field, and Kent camps under it for the second out. Quickly 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning for Jamestown as they take on Elmira, and stepping up to the plate will be number 77, the left-handed hitter, Joe Musio, first baseman. He struck out in the first inning and flew out in the fourth. And that's going to be a throw inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Here comes the throw. Fouled over and quickly. Maybe not so quickly. I thought it would be fielded over there by the manager, but regardless, 1-1 the count now with 2 outs. Here comes the throw by Brennenbach. That'll be high and outside for a ball. 2-1 the count against Musio, the first baseman for Elmira. Here's the throw. That'll be inside, high, almost hits the batter, but instead it's a ball, and 3-1 now the count against Musio. And the batter will take a base on balls with 2 outs here.
In the batter's box, the catcher number 10, John Schroeder.
Checking my scorecard here. I could be wrong, but that might be the first walk given up by Jamestown this entire ball game. I believe it is. So Jamestown gives up its first walk of the ball game here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 outs. Runner now at first, it's Musio, and John Schroeder, the catcher, number 10, left-handed hitter at the plate. Here's the throw. He hits a high fly ball to center field. Kent camping out under it, and Zach Kent will catch that for the 3rd out of the ball game. And so after 5.5 innings, the score remains 6-1, Jamestown leading Elmira. Support for WRFA's coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Chautauqua Institution. Chautauqua Institution, a community on the shores of Chautauqua Lake that comes alive each summer with a unique mix of fine and performing arts, including theater and musical entertainment, along with lectures, interfaith worship, and programs and recreational activities. The 2023 season features Natalie Merchant next weekend, Diana Ross, who performed this past weekend, Patti LaBelle, The Revivalist, Band of Horses, Straight No Chaser, Trombone Shorty, Mavis Staples, and many more. Chautauqua Institution. For more information, you can call 1-800-836-ARTS. That's 836-2787, or visit discover.chq.org. Once again, you're listening to Tarp Skunk Baseball here on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown, New York, a program of the Reginald A. Center for the Arts. We're a non-commercial, non-profit radio station All of our programming is done through the generous support of our underwriters and our giving community. If you appreciate any of our programs, including our coverage of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball, feel free to make a donation. It's fast and easy. You can go online to WRFALP.com. That's WRFALP.com. Look for the donate button in the upper right-hand side of the website, and we appreciate any contribution to help us stay on the airwaves. Of course, we also appreciate the contributions of businesses, including our sponsors for the 2023 Tarp Skunk season, the Chautauqua Institution, Chautauqua County IDA, and Schultz Auto Group. We've got another pitcher out here for Elmira. This will be the fourth pitcher of the ball game, and that will be Nick Ficcaro, number 53. He comes from Alvernia University. 0 for 0 on the season with a .635 ERA. So this will be the fourth pitcher Jamestown has faced. Zach Nelson was the prior pitcher and really wasn't doing all that bad, but perhaps they had to keep an eye on his pitch count. So after about 2 innings of work, he comes out, and now they have number 55, Nick Ficcaro, on the mound and ready to deal. Batting for Jamestown is going to be number 9, batting 9th, Aiden Wallace, the extra hitter. Wallace walked in the second inning and struck out in the third inning. So it's going to be Ficcaro versus Wallace to start the bottom of the 6th. Here is the pitch outside for a ball. That'll make it 1-0. Here's the throw. Right across the plate for a strike. 1-1 the count here against Wallace. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now. Reliever Ficcaro with a delivery. That's an off-speed pitch, but fouled back by Wallace to stay alive, and the count remains 1-2. There's the throw, and that'll be a ball, making the count 2-2 now. Here comes the deal to Wallace. That'll be low for ball number 3. Full count now, 3-2 against Aiden Wallace. Nick Ficcaro at risk of walking, the first batter he's faced here against Jamestown, coming in relief in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the throw. That'll be inside for ball number 4, and once again, Jamestown reaches first base in the bottom of the inning to lead things off. I think that's happened just about every inning except for the 5th. So Wallace reaches base on ball, and now Aiden Dunlop, number 43, stepping up to the plate. He walked in the 2nd inning and struck out in the 3rd inning. Here he is now in the bottom of the 6th inning with no outs and a runner at first. There is a ball just low and inside. 1-0 the count against Dunlop, the second baseman for Jamestown. Here's the throw. That'll be inside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Dunlop waiting for the deal from Ficcaro. Here comes the delivery. And that just skims the inside of the plate for a strike. 2-1 the count. If you're just joining us, it's Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFALP 107.9 FM in Jamestown. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the hit. It'll be hit into shallow. center field. Granado gets under it and makes the catch for one away here as Dunlop flies out to center. And we're back to the top of the order, and number 39, Zach Kent, stepping up to the plate. Zach Kent got a base hit to lead off the ball game in the first inning. He flew out in the second inning, and he was hit by a pitch in the fourth inning. Here is the throw. Quickly thrown over to first to try to check the runner, but Wallace is able to get back safely. John Schroeder tried to catch him sleeping a little bit there. The catcher for Elmira making a quick throw over to first, Joe Musio. But again, Wallace was able to make back safely, and no harm, no foul. There's a swing and a miss by Kent. That makes the count 1-1. With one out here. Score, by the way, is 6-1. Jamestown leading Elmira in the bottom of the sixth inning. Ficarro with a ball inside, making the count 2-1 now. Wallace with a big lead. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss by Kent. And that'll make it 2-2, the count. Ficarro ready to deal. There's the throw. And that'll be hit over to center field. Granado camps under it for the second out. The second time he's caught a pop fly in as many at-bats. And now Kieran Gagnon stepping up to the plate. He struck out in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the second inning, and struck out in the fourth inning. Trying to avoid a triple strikeout here. Wallace, meanwhile, stays at first base for Jamestown with 2 outs. Here comes the throw across the plate as Gagnon watches that one. And that'll be a strike. 0-1 the count here with 2 outs. There's a throw high for a ball. 1-1 the count. Runner's going to go. There's a swing and a miss. Throw on over to second, and they tag him on the shoulder for the out. So Wallace is caught stealing for the third out here. Gagnon will return to the plate next inning, but in the meantime, after 6 innings of play, the score remains 6-1, Jamestown leading Elmira. We'll be back with the 7th inning in just a moment right here on WRFA.
Support for WRFA is brought to you in part by listeners like you. WRFA-LP is a non-profit, listener-supported community radio station. While some of our operational funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, we also depend on local residents, businesses, and organizations in our listening area who believe in the vital public service WRFA provides through its arts and education programming, as well as through our coverage of local news and public affairs. Plus, your generous support lets us provide a number of volunteer-based programs to be shared on our airwaves. Help keep community radio in Jamestown and Chautauqua County alive by making a contribution today. To make a tax-deductible donation or learn more about becoming a station underwriter, use the donate page on our website, WRFALP.com, or send a check to WRFA Radio, 116 East 3rd Street, Jamestown, New York. Or you can call 716-664-2465. This is Norm Rodriguez, voice of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on WRFA-LP. Tune in for live play-by-play action for each home game right here on your community radio station. For a complete broadcast schedule, visit WRFALP.com/TarpSkunks. See you at the ballpark.
And welcome back to Diethrick Park as we enter the 7th inning of today's 4th of July game, the matinee game featuring the Jamestown Tarp Skunks hosting the Elmira Pioneers. Jamestown leading 6-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Elmira trying to mount some kind of a comeback. They've got 9 outs to do so to make up that 5-run differential. And they'll start things off here in the top of the 7th with number 9, Aiden Blake, the second baseman, leading things off. Here is the pitch from Bradenbach, and that'll be a strike. 0-1 the count here. Joe Bradenbach wasting no time with that first pitch. Blake is 0 for 2 on the day, by the way. There is a pitch just missing the outside edge of the plate, making the count 1-1. Blake flew out in the first inning and grounded out in the 4th inning. Here comes the throw. That'll be fouled away. 1-2 the count now. Here's Bradenbach's pitch. Outside for a ball. 2-2 the count against Blake. There's the throw. That'll be low. So we've got a full count now. 3-2 against Blake. Here comes the throw. That'll be high and outside for ball number 4. And the leadoff batter here in the 7th inning is on base for the Pioneers. Number 47, Ray Hernandez, the third baseman, now stepping up to the plate. He got a base hit in the first inning and struck out in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 on the day. We'll see if they can capitalize on getting their leadoff runner on the base here in the top of the 7th inning. Elmira down by 5 runs. Here comes the pitch. That'll be inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Joe Bradenbach checks the runner, and now here's the throw. That'll be high for a ball. 2-0 the count. Blake with a leadoff at first. Hernandez the batter at the plate. Bradenbach throws back to first to try to get Blake. Nothing doing there. He's back safely. And we'll do it again. Blake not quite as big of a leadoff. Now he takes another step. Here's Bradenbach's throw. That'll be high for a ball. So 3-0 now, the count for Jamestown. And the catcher for the Skunks, Henry Juan, comes out to have a quick word with his pitcher. Maybe just trying to get him back focused again. Bradenbach coming in to relieve Ryan Bilka. Bilka threw 4 innings, not giving up a run. We did see 1 run scored in the 5th inning. Let's check that. 1 run scored in the 4th inning, so Bilko did give up 1 run. Meanwhile, back to the action here. 3-0 the count. Runner at first. Here's the throw. Right across the plate for a strike. That makes it 3-1. Here's the deal from Bradenbach. That'll be hit right out to right field, and that'll be Catalano with the catch. And that is 1 away here as the runner retreats back to first base. So Hernandez flies out to right field for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. And number 8, Cooper Smith, the right fielder, now at the plate. He flew out both times to the outfield. He's 0 for 2. In the first inning, he flew out to center field. In the 5th inning, he flew out to right field. Here he is facing Bradenbach. There's the throw. That'll be a high pop fly. Catcher should get it. Henry Juan under it, makes the catch for the second out. Nice job, Henry. And now we've got 2 batters quickly out here with that fly out to the catcher. Pop fly out, I should say. Now Dom Presto, the shortstop, at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out in the 3rd inning, and he struck out in the 5th inning. Bradenbach looking to deal here. Here comes the throw. And that'll be hit hard to short. Knocking it down is going to be Thompson, but unable to do anything with it. And we'll call that a base hit for Presto. 1 for 3 now on the day. Blake advances to second. Presto now at first. 2 outs. And the extra hitter, Christian Zilli, number 16, at the plate. He got a base hit in the 3rd inning and also a base hit in the 5th inning. So he's 2 for 2 on the day. He has a chance to help his cause here, down by 5 runs. 2 outs, runner at second and first. Swing, and fouls that one away. 0-1 the count. Bradenbach just needs to get an out here to get out of this little bit of a jam here. With the runners at first and second, 2 outs. Here comes the throw, swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Bradenbach taking his time for his next pitch. Now he's ready to deal. Here comes the throw, swing and a miss for strike number 3. Struck him out, and that'll do it here for the top of the 7th inning. Jamestown still leads 6-1 over Elmira. Support for WRFA's coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you in part by Reg Linné Center for the Arts, the official license holder of WRFA Radio. Reg Linné Center for the Arts is located in the heart of downtown Jamestown at 106 East 3rd Street. It offers comprehensive programming that inspires, educates, and empowers our community. Reg Linné also offers rental of its facilities to the public, providing space for 12 to 1,200 guests. The popular Movies at the Reg offers a safe and comfortable environment for patrons to watch a wide variety of films, with food and beverages also available. Coming up this Sunday at the Reg Linné Center for the Arts, it'll be rock and roll band Vixen. Remember Vixen from the 1980s? They're back at it. They're performing at the Reg Linné on Sunday, July 9th. Tickets available at reglinné.com. If you want more information about the Reg, go to the website or give them a call if you're in the Jamestown area at 716-664-2465. Reg Linné Center for the Arts, the official license holder of WRFA-LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown. All right, a little patriotic music there played over the loudspeakers as we are in the 7th inning stretch. Sometimes they play Sweet Caroline. Sometimes they'll do the old-fashioned Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And on the 4th of July, they play Proud to be an American here at Diethrick Park. And the 7th inning of stretch is just about over with. Nick Ficcaro, number 55, continues to pitch on the mound for the Elmira Pioneers. And because we had a runner picked off to end last inning, we have the batter from last inning still at the plate. And that would be Kieran Gagnon, number 22. I believe he's in left field today. The announcer said he's the right fielder, but I think he's the one in left field. I might be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Here is the throw. He shows bunt, but it goes outside for a ball, so it'll be 1-0 the count. Ficcaro with the pitch. Swing and a miss by Gagnon. And that makes the count 1-1. There's a hard hit up the middle, and Ficcaro tried to get his glove on it, but unable to do so. So the speedy Gagnon with a base hit. And he is now on board in Jamestown yet again, getting its leadoff batter on the base paths. It's worked so far for them. They've had 6 runs. Of course, all 6 runs were scored in the first 3 innings. Jamestown is in a bit of a drought these past 3 innings in 4, 5, and 6, but maybe things will turn around here. Ficaro checking his, actually his players coming in to check in on him there. He actually threw his glove at that line drive right up there at him. And I'm not sure if he suffered any type of injury or harm, or maybe they're just out there to calm him down a little bit after giving up that hit. Those hard line drives can spook you a little bit, so maybe he just wants to take a break to maintain his composure, and that's exactly what is going on here. So Gagnon is now at first with no outs. And at the plate now for Jamestown is Matt Thompson, number 20, the shortstop. Thompson reached base on ball in the first inning, flew out in the second inning, and had a sacrifice fly in the fourth inning. Here is the throw. Gagnon looking to go. Here is the throw on over, tries to apply the tag, got him in the back, and he is out. So nice job by Elmira, catching the runner, trying to steal second. Usually Jamestown will wait a pitch or two with a runner at first before taking second. They tried it right there with Kieran Gagnon on first, and nothing doing there. He is out attempting to steal second. So no runners on now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jamestown with the lead, 6-1 in at bat. Here is the pitch. That'll be a strike. Just skimming the outside edge of the plate. 1-1 to count with 1 out now against Matt Thompson. Here is the throw. Thompson with a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Throw from Ficaro. Just misses the outside edge. 2-2 the count now with that ball against Matt Thompson. Here's the throw. That's across the plate. Caught him looking for strike number 3. That is 2 away now for Elmira. And Jake Kernodle, the third baseman, now stepping up to the plate. He reached base on an error in the first inning and flew out in the second as well as the third inning. Kernodle from Princeton University, one of 4 Jamestown Tarp Skunks from Princeton. Ficaro throws the ball away. He didn't like the way that one felt in his hand, so he gets a new one from the umpire, and he's about ready to deal here. And he is set for his first pitch. Here you go. That just misses the plate for a ball. 1-0 the count here against Kernodle. Swing and fouled back. 1-1 the count now with 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the deal. That just misses the outside edge. 2-1 the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That'll be outside for ball number 3. 3-1 now the count against Kernodle with 2 outs and no runners on here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Jamestown with a 5-run lead over the visiting Elmira Pioneers. Here's the throw from Ficaro, the pitcher. That'll be inside for ball number 4, and Kernodle will take his base. And now the catcher, number 17, Henry Juwan, stepping up. Henry Juwan is 2 for 3. He got a base hit in the first inning, a base hit in the third inning, and grounded out in the 5th inning. Looking to keep this inning alive here with 5 runs for a 5-run lead, that is, for Jamestown. That is a strike for that first pitch. Juwan looking at that one. 0-1 the count with 2 outs, and Kernodle at first base for Jamestown. Some more bullpen action happening for Elmira. Here is the toss. That'll be fouled back for strike number 2. 0-2 the count now with 2 outs against Juwan. Here's the throw. Schroeder chasing the runner back to first. That was a ball, so it's 1-2 the count now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes the throw to Juwan. Fouls it back to stay alive. 1-2 remains the count with 2 outs here. Getting a slight breeze starting to pick up here in the later stages of this ball game. It was kind of hardly anything going on in the first half of the ball game. Now we got the wind blowing in. Here is the throw. That'll be a pop fly on the infield, and it looks like the first baseman will be there to catch it. Musio does make the final out. So that'll do it. 7 innings of play complete here at Diethrick Park with the Jamestown Tarp Skunks leading the Elmira Pioneers 6-1. We'll be back with inning number 8 in a moment on WRFA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flake, the sitting tip for kids with the American Academy of Pediatrics. If you own firearms, it's your responsibility to make sure they're always stored safely. Hiding them in a closet or drawer is not enough. Kids know where they are. Research shows the risk of injury and death is lower if guns are stored unloaded and locked up with the ammunition locked in a separate place. This is important when children are young, as well as when they grow into teenagers. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
This is Norm Rodriguez, voice the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on WRFA-LP. Tune in for live play-by-play action for each home game right here on your community radio station. For a complete broadcast schedule, visit WRFALP.com/TarpSkunks. See you at the ballpark.
And welcome back to Diethrick Park. Jason Sample here on the air, bringing you 4th of July baseball on WRFA-LP 107.9 FM. It is the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, your hometown team, hosting the Elmira Pioneers and leading the Elmira Pioneers 6-1 as we enter the second to last frame of this ball game. Top of the 8th inning, we still have Joe Bradenbach at the mound. I believe, yeah, he's still out there. And he will be facing number 24, Eric Trineski, to start the 8th inning of play. Trineski flew out in the 3rd inning and struck out in the 5th inning. This, I think, is the 4th inning of relief work for Joe Bradenbach, the relief pitcher out of Gannon. So far, so good for him. We'll see if he can keep it up here in the 8th inning. Trineski, the designated hitter. Here is a swing down the 3rd baseline, and that'll be fair. Into left field, and the ball comes in. So Elmira with a base hit to lead things off here in the top of the 8th inning with Eric Trineski on first. Number 30, Cam Levesque, the left fielder, now stepping up to the plate. Trineski with a small lead off at first, but Bradenbach chases him back anyway. There's the throw to Levesque, and that'll be hit into center field where Kent will catch it. And that is 1 away here in the top of the 8th inning. And we're back to the top of the order. Matt Granato, the center fielder, number 1, stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Bradenbach with the delivery. That'll be low and in the dirt. The runner's going to go to second, and Juwan will eat that one and let the runner advance. So Trinetsky now in scoring position for the Elmira Pioneers at second base. Granado, the center fielder, now has a chance to try to chip away at that Jamestown 5-run lead. 6-1 the score here in the top of the 8th inning if you're just joining us. Here's a deal from Bradenbach. High and inside. A little bit of chin music there for Granado, but he steps away from it. That makes the count 2-0. Here comes the throw. That'll be in the dirt and gets away from the catcher. And now Trinetsky advances to third, 90 feet away from scoring another run for Elmira. Trying to double up the number of runs they've had so far. Just one, and that was back in the 4th inning. Been a relatively fast-moving ball game ever since that 3rd inning. Jamestown scoring 2 runs each of the first 3 innings. Their bats have been relatively quiet since then. Elmira trying to turn things around here in the late stages of this ball game. Here's the pitch from Bradenbach. That is across the plate for a strike. 3-2 the count now, with 1 out and a runner at third. There's a hit right up the middle for a base hit. That'll score a run. And that'll be Granado's first hit of the ball game and also an RBI. And Trinetsky comes across to score the 2nd run of the ball game for the Pioneers. So 6-2 the score now. Jamestown up by 4 runs over Elmira. 77, Joe Musio, the first baseman, now at the plate. He struck out in the 1st inning, flew out in the 4th inning, and walked in the 6th inning. This is his 4th plate appearance with a runner at first and 1 out. Here comes the pitch. That'll be low and outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Bradenbach with the throw. That'll be low for ball number 2. 2-0 the count now. Here comes the throw, and that'll be a high pop fly into right field, where Catalano will come down with it for the 2nd out. Runner stays at first, and we now have 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. And number 10, John Schroeder, the catcher, now at the plate. He flew out in the 1st inning. Got a triple in the 4th inning and scored a run, and he flew out in the 6th inning. And that comes right over the press box, over yours truly's head, but thankfully not into the press box. So the count is 0-1 with 2 outs here against Schroeder. Bradenbach with the deal. Right across the plate for strike number 2. 0-2 the count now with 2 outs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. That'll be fouled over the grandstand along the left field side. And the count remains 0-2. Here comes the throw. Runner goes. That'll be fouled back. And the count remains 0-2. The runner will go back to first base, Matt Granado. So Schroeder defending the plate here with an 0-2 count and 2 outs. his teammate Granato on first base. Jamestown with a 4-run lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. And that'll be hit right up to shortstop, who quickly fields it and makes the out. Nice job there by Thompson to put the third batter out. And after 7.5 innings, Elmira does get a run, but Jamestown has the lead. 6-2 the score here as we enter the bottom of the 8th. Support for WRFA is brought to you in part by listeners like you. WRFA is a non-commercial, non-profit community radio station. Anyone who wants to make a donation of any amount can do so simply by clicking the donate button located on the menu bar of our website, WRFALP.com. It's fast and easy. Checks of any amount can also be made out to WRFA Radio and mailed to the radio station at 116 East 3rd Street in Jamestown, New York, 14701. Local businesses are also encouraged to make an underwriting contribution to WRFA. To learn more about becoming a station underwriter, email WRFA@reglanay.com. If you enjoy this broadcast of this baseball game, please consider making a donation or underwriting contribution today. Your support is greatly appreciated. Low power to the people. Right on. Jamestown Tarp Skunks on WRFA for the 2023 season. And it looks like we've got a new pitcher for Elmira to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Number 3, Kevin Serrano from Montgomery Community College, now at the mound for the Pioneers. So as the warm-up continues here, let's take a look at who's going to be stepping up to the plate for Jamestown. It'll be number 13, Pat Catalano, who has 2 doubles so far today. Doing a great job at the plate, the right fielder. Catalano will be followed by number 29, Jared Munoz. And then Cooper Monroe, the first baseman, the number 3 hitter here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The score is 6-2. It's Tarp Skunk baseball on WRFA facing the Elmira Pioneers. We've had some good ball games against this ball club here this season. Jamestown getting the better end of the deals so far, and we'll see if they can't pick up another win here. You got to remember, Elmira did defeat Jamestown last Friday night by a score of 2-1, so a little bit of a revenge factor coming in here, although Jamestown did get the couple other wins against Elmira the previous times they played. So we've got a new pitcher with Kevin Serrano. He is the 5th pitcher of this ball game for the Elmira Pioneers. Jamestown's number 13, Catalano, the right fielder, stepping up to the plate. Batting left to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Skunks. Trying to get some insurance runs here. They're up by 4 runs. Elmira has 3 more outs to go to try to tie this one back up at first. Jamestown trying to see if they can't do some more damage. Let's see what happens here with this first pitch by Serrano. There's the throw. That'll be low and hits the batter after skipping off of the ground. So an inauspicious start here for Serrano, hitting the first batter he faces, and Catalano, who is now at first base. And number 29, Jared Munoz, the designated hitter at the plate. Base hit in the 2nd inning. Reached base on an error in the 3rd inning and got a sacrifice in the 5th inning. Here comes the deal from Serrano. And that'll be hit right to the second baseman, who quickly throws it back to first for a double play. That was Aiden Blake, the second baseman, who got the throw back over to Muzio in time. So a quick double play there, getting the runner before he could retreat back to first base. And that will calm some nerves for Serrano here, as he doesn't want to see any more runs scored by Jamestown, who's up by currently 4 runs, 6-2 the score, and now no runners on after that double play liner to second. Cooper Monroe fouls this one back, and the count is 0-1. Here comes the deal from Serrano. That'll be a strike. 0-2 the count here. Jamestown has action in the bullpen here as we get ready to approach the top of the 9th inning. The final 3 outs for the Elmira Pioneers. I'm trying to get a number out there. I'll get you that in a second. But first, here comes the pitch from Serrano. Swing and a miss by Cooper Monroe. And he goes down swinging for the 3rd time today, and that's the 3rd out. So after 8 innings of play, the score is 6-2. Jamestown leading Elmira. We'll have the final inning in just a moment right here on WRFA.
Hey, what's up? What are you listening to?
WRFA.
On your phone?
Yeah, they got a really cool app.
I didn't know that. You mean you can listen with Small Things Considered?
Yeah,
Democracy Now?
for sure.
The local rush hour?
Absolutely.
Arts on Fire?
Yeah. You can listen to all of them and even stream old episodes of 3rd Street Garage or Community Matters from the archives. It's simple. Just go to the App Store or wherever you get your apps and type in WRFA. And here's the kicker. It's completely free.
That's amazing. I'm definitely going to download. Does it have the local news?
It has everything the radio has and more. So leave me alone. I'm listening.
You're listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball right here on WRFA LP 107.9 FM in Jamestown.
And welcome back to Diethrick Park. Jason Sample here, bringing you today's 4th of July ball game as we enter the 9th inning of play. The final frame here with the Tarp Skunks leading the Elmira Pioneers by a score of 6-2. So far, it's been pretty even in terms of hits. Both teams giving up 8 hits on the day. Jamestown, though, capitalizing on miscues in the early stages of this ball game. An error in the 1st inning allowed 2 runs to be scored by Jamestown, and an error in the 3rd inning allowed 2 more runs to be scored by Jamestown. And that's really been the difference here in this ball game. Jamestown with basically 4 unearned runs to go along with 2 earned runs, and Elmira's 2 earned runs as well. So 6-2 the score here as we get ready for the final 3 outs. Can Jamestown get 3 outs before Elmira gets 4 runs? Odds would tell you that they can, but, well, that's why we play the game, right? So we'll see what happens here as Jamestown has their 3rd pitcher on the mound for the day. Coming in for the final frame will be number 14, Ryan Rafalski, from just south of the state line here in New York, in Warren, Pennsylvania. He's a junior from Mercyhurst University. His first batter he's going to face will be number 88, Joseph Kelsey, a pinch hitter. Rafalski with the pitch. That'll be a strike. Kelsey pinch hitting for the number 4 spot, Aiden Blake, here in the 9th inning. That'll be fouled away for strike number 2. So quickly an 0-2 count here for Ryan Rafalski as he looks to strike out the first batter he faces. Here comes the delivery. That'll be a high pop-up. Will they get there in time, or will it be out of play? It is out of play. Over into the bleachers behind the visiting team dugout, and we'll do this one over again. 0-2 the count. Number 88, Joe Kelsey, his first plate appearance of the ball game here, batting in the cleanup spot of the lineup for Elmira. Here's Rafalski's pitch. Just misses the strike zone. So it'll be 1-2 here. Rafalski ready to deal again. Sees the pitch he likes. Here's the throw. Catches him looking. Strike number 3 against Kelsey, and that's 1 away here in the top of the 9th inning. Ray Hernandez, the 3rd baseman, number 47, now stepping up to the plate. Hernandez got a base hit in the 1st inning, struck out in the 4th inning, and flew out to right field in the 7th inning. Left-handed hitter Hernandez. We'll see if he hits it toward Catalano again out there in right field. Here's the throw. That'll be off the plate for a ball. 1-0 the count. Rafalski ready to deal with this 1-0 count against Hernandez. Here is the throw. That's a high and outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count now against Ray Hernandez. No runners on here. Elmira down by 4. Here is the throw. That's high and outside for ball number 3. 3-0 the count now. Hernandez will likely watch this one in. There's the throw. That is right across the plate for a strike. 3-1 the count against Hernandez. As Rafalski tries to battle back here. Here's the throw, and that'll be no pitch. Time was called, actually. So that pitch didn't count. Count remains 3-1. And now we're ready to deal. Here's the throw. Swing and a miss. Strike number 2. Got a full count now against Hernandez. Rafalski all ready to deal. Here we go on the full count. There's the throw. It'll be a fly ball to the infield, and it looks like Kernodal will camp under it for the second out of this 9th inning. And we are 1 out away from a Tarp Skunk victory. Cooper Smith, the right fielder, number 8, stepping up for Elmira. He is their last hope to keep this one going with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Ryan Rafalski with the pitch. There's a foul out of play. 0-1 the count. Smith flew out in the 1st inning, flew out in the 5th inning, and flew out in the 7th inning. 0 for 3 on the day. Jamestown looking to get the win here with this batter against Elmira. Rafalski's pitch is away. Fouled back for strike number 2. 0-2 count here. And Rafalski has a chance to end this one with a strikeout. The fans not really making too much noise here given the circumstances of this pitch. The Warren, Pennsylvania native, pitching out of Mercyhurst College, has a chance to secure the victory for the Skunks here on this 4th of July with this at-bat. Maybe this pitch. Here comes a delivery. And that'll be fouled away to stay alive down the first baseline. Count remains 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Rafalski ready to deal. Here comes the throw. That'll be away for a ball. 1-2 the count now. Now the fans making some noise with this 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Rafalski ready to deal against Smith. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. And that will do it. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks victorious on the 4th of July, defeating the Elmira Pioneers by a score of 6-2. Nice job by Jamestown all around, really taking advantage of some errors and miscues in the early stages here. Elmira giving up 4 unearned runs in the 1st and 3rd inning. Jamestown, of course, taking full advantage of some walks, some errors, and also 8 hits on the day as well. 8 hits to go along with Elmira's 8 hits. A great game, and I'm sure there'll be some other great games happening against the Elmira Pioneers in the future here. But in the meantime, Jamestown gets this one. They do have Elmira on the schedule one more time. That'll be on Thursday on the road, July 20th. But that will do it for today's ball game. On the 4th of July, our matinee game concludes less than 3 hours into it. Again, the final score, 6-2. The Tarp Skunks winning and improving their record to 13-7-1 on this season. Want to thank you all for tuning in and supporting WRFA Radio and Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA. That'll do it for our game between Jamestown and Elmira. 6-2 the final score. Thank you to our studio engineer, Anthony Merchant. I'm Jason Sample saying thank you for listening to Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball on WRFA.
The following program is a special presentation.